Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast with the Traders, thanks to Sportsbet.
G'day, with the Traders. I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Wandogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator. Geez, you're up and about today, dog.
Preliminary final weekend, Calvinator.
Yes.
Up and about. We're both in prelims for the Bacon Cup.
That's correct.
Either side of the drawer to set it up.
Really?
For a big grand final. Although my team's bad, so I probably won't make it through next
Just do your part. We all know how mine's going to go. You do your part, please.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few issues with the Wandogs already. There's a few things happened already this week.
There are.
Roy, you lost Riley O'Brien.
You poor bugger.
Wasn't that just going to happen?
Riley.
That was a blessing. Who cares?
So that's why we'll talk about him a little bit later, I guess, of what people can do with that, because I think that is a big one.
Yeah.
A couple of debutants we've got going on.
Yeah,
we've got
hold them off.
Yeah, I know. It's not the time for it.
No.
Coaches, do it in like the finals or something.
100%.
When it doesn't count for us. The fixture was finally released, so some things that you can think about for that for this weekend. GWS and Richmond on the Friday night, so gives us that opportunity with Peatling, Briggs, those guys as your loophole bench players.
If they hold, dog.
If they hold, which we'll find out very shortly, right? And then, Saturday, we've got Hawthorn and the Bulldogs, the first game on Saturday. There's probably your VC, is it?
I guess
Tom
so.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Or McRae, could you do that down here?
Yeah, you could go McCrazy.
Unless you've already gone Whitfield. I reckon he could be big.
I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Richmond. Scale of hardness tell you that, did it?
No, it doesn't actually. It
Calvin's captain
contradicts
tells
it.
you that, mate.
Anyway, we've got a bit. But the biggest news of the week was some sad news.
Oh,
for
God.
us.
Oh, don't, dog.
I'm sorry for bringing this up again because we haven't got over it yet. Is our mate Tom Rockcliffe has officially retired from the AFL. A machine. He was up there. Well, he's up there as one of the best, but on his day, he's better than any player ever to play the game.
Yep.
I felt like following him into retirement, to be honest. I was that flat.
He took piggery to another pig level.
Yeah.
We're going to talk some stats about him, but we're going to save that till next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're having a bit of a chat.
No.
Tom Rockcliffe, this is your life. We might be able to get him on the podcast next week.
Of course we can get him on. Pigs come on
He
whenever
actually
we ask
sent
a
me the
pig.
first message. Right, let me on the podcast, boys.
When can I come on?
Clear the schedule for you. So, make sure you tune in next week. It will be a bit of fun reminiscing with the pig.
There's so many good times.
Fantasy Grand Final week. Like it's
Doesn't
Bring
get much
your
better than that.
ham sandwich, your
Yeah.
bacon roll, all of the above.
We'll get it all
Tissue.
sorted. So that will be a fun little celebration of what was an epic career and something that I don't know if we'll ever see again. He's got the world record average. 2014, that's been 7 years and no one's gone
When you
anywhere
could watch
near
a game
Yep.
and you knew and he knew exactly what he was doing and the score just kept ticking. It doesn't get any better than that.
That day, we spoke to him on the podcast and he called a 180 and he comes out and does a 180.
A 180?
Who does a 180?
Nobody.
No one's done one this year.
Incredible
And he
stuff.
called it on the week.
Called it. A 180.
Oh, my God.
Do you know, like, our top score this year is about 160, I think. Like,
And no
players
one
are
would
getting
even
nowhere
have
near
the
it.
nuts to call that.
No.
He called 180.
Even if Took said 160 this week, we'd go, good on you, Took, but good try. Keep trying.
All right, teams are in, boys. Let's have a look at these for the round 22 preliminary finals of fantasy footy. Friday night footy, GWS and Richmond at Marvel Stadium, 7:50 start. That'll be your lockout time. Coming in is Josh Kelly, so he's back after that laid out last week. Hopper is back after his concussion. Mumford is back in.
That's bad news.
Hogan, Lloyd and Kennedy come in. So that's 6 changes there. So the 6 outs.
Briggs is out.
We've got Riccardi has been omitted. Briggs has been omitted, Roy. So no loop-de-doop there with him.
Nope.
And not even any value for us because he plays the first game that you can use him
He's
as
useless.
Yes. Green suspended, so that's news just in. That 1 week has been
Tough, I'm going to call that, Roy.
upheld.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Yeah.
Brown, a hamstring after his debut last week. Daniels, his hamstring.
Daniels.
And Buntine injured as well. And Shipley, who was a medical staff. Your mate.
Like,
Oh,
the
Shipley.
first time Daniel was ever relevant, and now he's...
I know, it's devastating.
Richmond haven't brought anyone in, but Castagna, who was a medical sub, is out, who was unused there. On Saturday, Hawthorn, no changes for them, except Moore is out. So Brockman will stay in the team.
Right. Yep.
So Warple at the moment is still named for anyone with
Interesting.
that in draft. So for the Bulldogs, Keith, Lewis Young, Hannon, Waitman and Vandermeer come in. So the outs for the Bulldogs. Richards has been omitted, but Shacky out with the knee. Bruce with that knee, the poor bugger. Scott's been managed. Ugal Hagen has been managed. And Rock Smith, the Medi sub, out there. Port Adelaide and Carlton. Cleary is in. Oh, the cannon out, injured. And
That doesn't affect you in any way.
It does.
It does
He's one of my
affect him
boys.
emotionally.
It does.
I love him. Pal Pepper has been omitted. For Carlton, they've brought in Brodie Kemp-Roy, 170k
Come on.
midfielder.
Can they do a thing right? Just leave him basement price.
McGovern is back in as well. Been a little while since he would have been in the side, is it?
Yeah, a few weeks.
Jones is out injured. Mackay is injured.
God.
And Silvani's out injured. What are their ruck stocks doing?
Don't know.
Goodness, have mercy.
Who will be their ruck?
Oh, no.
Jeez, Lysett. Hello. Big day for him.
A big day for him.
All right, Geelong and St Kilda. Or did Pitney come back?
No,
that's
definitely
good.
not. So Sam Walsh is obviously named.
Yeah,
then.
so his name. So that's one that I was thinking of today. So that game is a 4:05 Adelaide time, so 4:35 Eastern time start. If you need to be holding off trades, that's a really key one to know whether he's a late out in that one.
Like the thing is, the fact that they've named up Jones and Mackay, that gives me a bit of confidence that he's okay.
There's two games on at that time because the 4:35 is Geelong and St Kilda. So Henderson, Isaac Smith's back in, Jeremy Cameron and Mark O'Connor. The outs for the category is Kruger's omitted, Clark omitted, Tui's out injured, Rowan's injured, and Narkle, who was a Medi sub. So danger, all good. All the signs are good for him anyway this week. So
there you go.
There was never a doubt. Let's just be honest.
So Toby Green, that's a bit stiff.
Very stiff. He just got the wrong man.
So St Kilda, Joyce has been omitted, but Connolly, who is sitting on quite a few benches, is out with a concussion protocol. So he's out there. Bytel, who was a sub last week, has been omitted. But in Howard and Dan Hanbury. Hannah's first game since the semi-final last year.
Yeah, like 305 days or something, apparently.
Long time.
It's a long time.
You got him in draft. He just comes out.
You couldn't even pick him off the heap, could you?
I don't know. You could loop him maybe on the bench.
If it's early enough, that game, 4:35.
You could, I guess.
It's tempting.
Brisbane and Collingwood. So Lockie Neal is back in and Gardner is in as well. They're out. So Mitch Robinson's out with that calf that he was subbed out for, which he thought was just a little bit of tightness.
Yeah.
But it must
He's
be enough
tough,
for him to be out. Matheson's been omitted and Tom Berry is out after being the Medi sub as well. Collingwood bring back Dacos and Murphy. Quaynor's out with illness. Jeremy Howe has been managed and Noble has been omitted.
Oh, no.
I know, he's
Jeremy Howe?
Yeah. Right.
That would have been a nice.
Looks like Bianco's staying in there for anyone with him as well.
I'm talking draft cow.
I know. I feel you.
North Melbourne and Sydney at Marvel Stadium. And, boys, Combin is in.
Oh,
Roy, your
can't catch a break.
Your loophole option, your ruck forward 170k is in to play because Campbell's been omitted and Amoni has.
The only guy I didn't want to play.
So Charlie
now
Collins.
playing,
So if you wanted that flexible DPP ruck forward for whatever reason, he's probably the one to pick
Well,
this week.
luckily. Oh, no,
At
Briggsy
170k.
doesn't even have ruck.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, my God.
Now, Sydney, Melican, McLean and Campbell. Oh, mate, Braden Campbell back in there. And the outs, Dylan Stevens been omitted. Oh, no. Bullet. Lloyd, injured.
Cool.
Don't you have him?
Yeah, I just want. I'm a little bit sick for everyone. Let's
Far
go.
out. That is a big one.
You know what?
Wow.
Daniel Rich. There you go. Scouts
Not good.
Kettle of Highness.
Oh, my
Franklin
God.
managed.
Can
and
this season just
Ryan Clark.
finish?
No, it can't.
There's something every week. All right.
But Mills is good.
Mills, but he's touch and go. Oh, no, he's not in.
He's not in.
Mills is not in.
So no Mills, no Lloyd.
No Lloyd. Holy hat.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh,
not
my God.
good at all.
See, this is why I said don't bother stockpiling a heap of cash.
Yeah.
Look at that. Well, you guys have only been hit with one, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a stockpiled cash. What am I going to do?
Goodness,
Get
mate.
took and
But you don't have 2 forced trades.
and steal this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Right, Sunday game. So Hunt's out injured for Melbourne, but coming in is Bedford, Hibbard, Wiedemann and Smith into the squad, that is. Adelaide, so we mentioned there, Riley O'Brien's out injured. Brodie Smith's out with concussion and Hamill too, but their ins have brought into the squad. Strawn, is that how you say it? Strachan? I think it's Strawn.
Strawny.
It is Strawny.
Yeah, Scholl, McAdams, Berry, Gollant.
Yeah, Gollant. It's Gollant.
And Frampton.
Galante.
Squad anyway.
Galante.
Gold Coast and the Bombers. So Ellis is out injured after that first quarter injury last week. Coming in, Atkins, Brodie, Flanders and Davies. Now, then for the Bombers, Heppel is back. Phillips has come into the squad. Ham and McGrath. Andy McGrath is back there. Check your scrap heap for him if anyone dumped him, because he looked like he could have been a all-year injury and people would have dumped, I reckon, in draft. Anthony McDonald, and Woody playing footy. He's not playing footy because he's been managed. So that's what we've got there. Now for Freo, way to go. Switkowski, Banfield, Akers, Hughes and Watson are all in. Wilson's out injured. Brayshaw, that's suspension as well. Jeez, there's going to be some bullets for some coaches, aren't there? West Coast, Hearn is out injured and Connor West is out, omitted.
Okay.
If you've got him on the pine, like moi. Do you have him, Cow?
Yeah, on the bench, dog.
Barras, Ryan, Shuey, Waterman and Foley come into the squad. So we'll know those Sunday games, 5 o'clock on Friday.
That'd be the most amount of names you've ever mentioned, I reckon.
It was pretty big.
There's a lot of
ins
ins and a lot of outs.
Someone would have typed a lot in there to do that.
Definitely did.
This week.
Wow.
So big ones.
Okay.
What are we?
Jake Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Okay.
That's it. At least he's now worth a bit. Has he gone up a bit in those last couple of weeks? Because he got cheap, remember?
He is handy. The thing is, with him and Mills out, so that was obviously the easy decision that you might have made. But, I don't know. It's Jake Lloyd. He's one of the most popular players you could have.
Yep.
So what do you do with him? I'm looking at his price now at $7.06. Daniel Rich is $7.08.
You've got to trade him.
Trust the scale, dog. Daniel Rich. I might do that. I've talked it up enough that I've nearly talked myself into the fact I probably should do it.
You need to get rich. You have done nothing but talk him up. So
two greens, mate. So
yeah, definitely.
Unless you want to pay up, you're probably looking at like a crisp. Like he is still, $70K more if you've got that luxury. I don't know who you would go down. Of course, you need Laird and Hall, but above that, you're looking at a straight swap to a Rich. You could go down to a Lockie Whitfield, which is probably the play that a lot of people would do.
God, it's just devastating. So there's definitely people that have Mills.
Yep.
They have
Riley O'Brien.
Yep.
They have Lloyd.
Yep.
That's just huge at this time of year.
Andy
it's devastating.
Brayshaw. Some people would have Andy Brayshaw.
He's
still.
in. So you're happy with that?
No, Brayshaw's out.
He's out.
Brayshaw.
Yeah.
Oh, is this just...
He got the one.
Did he appeal that? He didn't appeal that?
I did, and I think it was upheld.
Oh,
I think
right.
he appealed, didn't he?
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, he's out, definitely.
Oh, man. There's good teams that are... There is a car in contention.
Yep.
There's hats here and there's finals. And I'll tell you what, it's just blown right open at the moment because underdogs are a chance with this carnage.
Yes.
If you fall on the right side of it,
100%.
you are in the mix.
So I'm looking at some options here for Lloyd. I'm looking a little bit cheaper if you want to save some coin. Would you consider Jordan Dawson with both of those guys out?
You're a Dawson Jordan owner, aren't you?
I'm
Roy?
a Dawson Jordan owner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he'll dominate with those
You
guys
would
out.
think so.
Yeah, he'll have a good game.
Caleb Daniel around the same price. You're saving about 30 or 40K from your
had a
your
shocker
Lloyd.
last week.
Yep.
And his form before that was sensational. Down here at Pig Park, I think it's right down his alley. Lots of deep pockets to take, plus sixes.
I looked at Witho in case people were considering him. He only had 66 last week though. So, but that was a bit of an ugly game over there in the West. You can't really take too much.
There's no Hearn.
So Witho could be an option. Nick Newman.
What did he score? 60.
66, but did you see the game?
Yeah.
That was a
It was
horrendous.
lightning. Yes, I did see it. So I had to write an article about that.
And it got delayed even
I
further.
think I went to bed about 12:30.
Oh,
half hour.
That's why you're on the big bucks though, dog.
Wowee.
So, Witho, he will benefit given the injury situation.
You probably wouldn't go much further down than Nick Newman, I don't think. And by doing that, you're only dropping about 80K into the bank.
Yeah, well, it's easy for me. He can go to Whitfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think, who would you go out of those guys there? I think I'd be more... Whitfield on a Friday night against Richmond. I'm with you. Here's the thing for him. So
I think you need to go there. But the worst thing about that, I guess if you've got 2-4 straight, you're going to be moving anyway. But it's just having that flexibility up your sleeve.
No, I don't do flexibility anymore through the weekend.
Friday night.
He's bang.
Well, he could set you up for the weekend. In his last 6 games against Richmond, he's had a 162 and a 150. He's got massive scores against them.
Yep, he'll be in for me. Definitely.
Hi, it's Nat Edwards. AFL Daily is a new daily podcast from the AFL. Each morning, Damien Barrett and I will share the biggest stories and the biggest opinions in footy. We'll connect the dots and tell you what the stories mean for your clubs and your favourite players. AFL Daily, your new daily footy habit. Available wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, some of this probably changes a bit now because of that news. Obviously, the most traded in and out probably changes because it means that people are going to be flicking around their moves, thinking differently because, well, Jake Lloyd is so highly owned. But one we did know about, Roy, is Riley O'Brien. What are the options there? Simple option number one would be going up to Gone or Grundy.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't got Marshall, that's your easy trade.
You'd prefer to do that, would you?
Yes.
Rather than going up to Gone or Grundy?
I definitely would. His form's there, and he's still much cheaper than those two.
Yep.
Most good teams...
He's probably cheaper than O'Brien?
Yeah, probably, or he would have just caught him, maybe. So I would be thinking...
17K more he is.
Yeah, so... I would be thinking most good teams have found a way, even with the carnage lately, to get Marshall into their forward line. So Riley O'Brien out, Marshall into your ruck department, and then you play.
Okay.
And you can do a lot too. Like you'd have your DPP flexibility.
Any position just about.
Almost any position.
100%.
This is a would you consider.
Yeah.
Right. For saving 60K, would you consider Lycett up against...
That matchup this week now is good.
It is a dream matchup.
It's a great matchup. For 60K, if you could put that somewhere else...
You remember what Marshall did on Carlton's backup ruck, which was Silvani? There's someone worse than Silvani that is going to be doing that.
There is.
Save a bit of coin Nank as well.
Hang on. Can we have a look at that Carlton team?
Yeah, we
for
need
a moment.
We need to have a good look at that.
DeConning's playing, isn't he?
Hang on.
Surely he must be playing.
He must be.
I'll get it up and have a look.
Yeah, have a look.
Yeah,
so DeConning's playing. That is not an option.
We'll cross him off the list.
Yeah.
So Marshall is by far the best option.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you wouldn't pay up for Max or Grundy?
No.
You'd just settle for Marshall.
Now, the people that would be in this will definitely do their research because they're good at it, and they would say, well, is Grundy worth paying up for, given in his last matchup versus the Lions he had 150 earlier this year?
Flag.
Right.
There was no Oscar McInerney in that game.
There you go.
Who was their ruck?
Someone else. Maybe Joe Danner or someone had a go.
Silvani, probably.
Yeah, no.
Probably Fullerton, was it?
Back up ruck.
Thing is, though, so last year when he played against Oscar, he only had 95.
Yeah.
So there's a significant
so
difference.
it's definitely clear-cut.
I believe so.
Marshall will be playing in your ruck department this week if you had Riley O'Brien.
100% agree.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, bloody blessing, because Riley was going to get thumped this week.
Yeah, he would have.
Oh, my God, the demon combo.
Yep.
That's
so I can nearly get to predict your
been,
trades.
So
do you have that? Do you have that little bit of coin in the bank to go O'Brien to Marshall and then Lloyd to Whitfield?
I've already got Marshall. He'll be in my ruck.
Sorry. Okay, right.
Yeah. So Lloyd will go to Whitfield.
So you don't have Whit yet? No.
No. So he'll come in and then I'll sale of the century. Let's go shopping.
Zorko.
Yeah, no way. I couldn't do it. I have to cheer against him because of you now.
That's fair enough.
Sorry.
You're listening to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast, and this is the Gold Diggers thanks to Sportsbet.
And boys, I'm up this week with our Punters Club for Freeze MND with Sportsbet. Bet with mates. Start a group, bet together, share the moment, and $50 each week is what we're using here.
Yep.
And I'm going with $20 on a 3-leg same game multi on Friday nights, GWS and Richmond. Right. Tim Taranto to kick a goal. Surely he gets it done.
Last week.
Couple last week. Also, Isaac Cumming and Jack Graham to get over 20 touches at $5.
Okay, nice.
Now, I love that. Now, Warren, it was you that found Timmy T last week. $4 for that anytime goal scorer. That's one of your best picks for the year.
Isn't it ever?
And he got 2 in the end, didn't he?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Well done, dog.
Rightio, so we're looking at the Freo Westcote game for our next one, which is the big one on Sunday. Dave Mundy, anytime goal scorer. Also, Chera, over 25 touches. He's been getting that done.
He has.
$30 on that, paying $3.
Yeah,
that
Chera,
no Brayshaw.
playing for Carlton next year.
They'll give up their first 2 rounders for him.
Probably.
Yeah, I like the Chera one because no Brayshaw. That's got to be good. And that's a nice, simple multi. We don't care.
Just a couple.
Now, let's have a look at Bet With Mates. You can find it in the Sportsbet app. Start your group. Share the moment of betting together with your mates.
Group members must have a valid Sportsbet account to participate. Live betting not available. Conditions apply. See sportsbet.com.au for more details. And as always, gamble responsibly.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Alrightio.
Calvin time.
It is a little bit of Calvin time. I've already popped up with a few Calvin stats already today.
You have? You did a bit of work this week.
I did.
You're in form.
Oh.
So we had the swagger last week.
Have you heard?
137 average, but what was this week's?
So I'm very selective on which players I pick.
Which stat you put in
so
there?
last week it was the top 5 at 137. That was pretty
That's
impressive.
nice,
But this week, top 3 at 145.
No.
And they were
Nasty.
3 of the top 4 scorers from last week. Why didn't you have Jack Graham in your top?
Didn't you have Grant?
I didn't have him in it.
Was he in your little list at the end?
He was in the in the mix.
Yeah, in the mix. Yeah.
Rightio.
Saved by in the mix.
Number 1 on top. So it's Took or Steal.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you separate them? I'm going Took as my number 1 option this week.
Right.
Okay,
Going out on a limb. Although you just flip-flopping between them. I've noticed that.
I missed it by a point last week on them. So the thing is, though, his form... So he's gone 130 since round 6.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Ridiculous. So Essendon at the moment, they're not easy, but they're the 7th easiest team to score against. And the only flag here for Took is he had a 60 against them last year.
Oh, I've got another flag.
Go.
GMHBA Stadium now. Not a metric on.
Not a concern.
Okay.
Not a concern. Now, Jack Steele, though. So a lot of people will go, Took's in one of the most traded players in this week.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Because they want to have a good time.
Yeah, they do. I think he's like number 5 on the list.
Good on him.
Anyway, so...
Probably not anymore now Lloyd's out.
No, so Steele plays as well, and he plays Geelong in Geelong. So they're both playing Geelong this week. Maybe they'll shake hands, and I don't know, it'd be great if they walk past each. Oh, what a dream. Okay, back to it, Cal. Now, Steele is playing against Geelong, and as we know with Geelong, they are one of the hardest teams to score against.
Yes.
He's played them once this year already, and he had 117.
Right.
That's not a Jack Steele number.
No, it's not.
So out of those two, I am going with Took based on the fact that he's got an easier matchup than what Jack does.
Yep, fair enough.
So Geelong is the number 1 hardest in the last 5 weeks. However, last week, Timmy Time Taranto got a 132.
Yeah.
And Whitfield got out for a 112, the two best for them.
Yeah.
So he should be fine. Okay. If you don't have them, I have Jared Lyons at number 3 against Collingwood. He's going to have a day out against them. He's already played them once this year, had 142. All right? Next in line, I've got Aaron Hall ahead of Tom Mitchell.
Yeah, right.
So the reason that is because the matchup for Hall against Sydney is better than Mitchell's matchup against the Bulldogs.
Even though it is here at Pig Park.
Really?
It doesn't matter.
Gosh, that doesn't sit well.
I don't
with me,
think
that
it
one.
matters, though, for Tom Mitchell that much.
It's his second worst team on paper. So he played them last year for a 73, and before that he had a 96.
Yeah, it's a flag.
It is a small flag. Down here, though, I don't
And
have
what's
a
Hall
concern.
done wrong? Seriously.
Well, he's gone 120 in his last 6. 120 in his last 6.
He's on fire.
And so St Kilda played Sydney last week, and I always look at what defenders do.
Yeah,
Sinclair. And you're like, who the hell's Sinclair,
Yeah.
right?
If Sinclair hit triple figures, there's a problem.
He had 102.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Hawley.
Here's another one. Highmore. Remember Highmore?
Your mate.
Yeah, that guy.
He took 9 marks for 87.
Oh, man.
So if they can
So
do
those
that...
guys are inflated by about 35 points each.
They are. So I believe that's why I've got Hall as a safer score over Mitchell with the matchup and what's been happening previously.
Listen to what you just said. Hall safer than Mitchell when picking a captain.
I know.
Dog.
I know.
He's been
He's
good.
fatigued. Oh, well, that's
No,
right.
not fatigued.
No, he's been good. I take it back.
I see it.
haven't been good.
Your
You have
numbers
been
have
good.
been great, Cal, but Roy,
Seen him well, Roy.
you are
You
seeing
are
it well,
seeing it
Cal.
You idiot.
Wow. All right. But Roy,
Yes.
you didn't want to take a 126 from Aaron Hall.
Yeah,
last week.
That's because Mitchell was to come.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And who's
Who's seen him well?
Yeah, Roy.
I'm back.
And I
peaked late in the season.
All right, Cal, finish off. This is your second last pirate joke. It better be a half decent one here.
Okay,
Are you
so
doing it? Are you doing the one?
The numbers are down.
Yeah, I could
at the moment.
Could imagine that.
We
be the
are
case.
dropping like
All right.
flies in
Come
these
on,
last
man.
couple of rounds.
We need you.
To pick it up, I've got two here from. Well, remember Leanne, our American friend?
Yes, Leanne.
Okay, so she went, Cal, I'll help you out. She sent me thumb through.
Good on her, yeah.
Now, I've got to get rid of all the dirty ones that she sent, but I found these ones, right? This is the first one. And they're legit pirate ones.
Yeah, but she's an American pirate, so challenge yourself.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Why is pirating so addictive? Once you lose your first hand, you get hooked.
Great.
Okay.
It's a great joke.
Where was your American
No, I don't have
pirate accent?
No, there's no American
Oh,
pirate accent.
come on, man.
All right.
Delivery.
Here's the next one.
That was a good joke, though.
There. Okay. You didn't laugh, but that's all right. Sorry.
Because I was waiting for the American pirate accent.
Would have
She's
made
not-
it funnier.
She's just an American. She's not a pirate.
But the joke, you got to incorporate it.
All right. Why don't pirates drive up? Why don't pirates drive on mountain roads? Firstly, that's why jokes like this don't. That doesn't make sense. Think about it. A pirate driving up a mountain road gets off his ship. He doesn't have a car.
He might.
Pirates don't have cars. and
Pirates
they don't
go into
have-
bars.
They
You
don't. Yeah,
Dressed
Exactly.
as chickens.
He's more likely to get dressed up as a chicken than he is to drive a car up a mountain road.
How do you think on Vikings they got the ships to the water? You didn't
In their-
build them on the water. They go on like little wheels.
But
They
not in a
them
car. Anyway, let's stick to the joke. Why don't pirates drive on mountain roads?
Because they don't have cars.
You would think that'd be it. The answer is scurvy. Scurvy.
Yeah, good.
You need the action to explain it, though.
Yeah.
And the accent.
That's what
There you go.
Yeah.
That made that funnier.
Yeah, because that first one was actually funny.
Yeah. Thanks, Leanne.
Well done, Leanne. Saved him.
Kapar.
Saved me.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
All right. Lots of questions coming in. Let's pump through them as quick
For
as
the
we can.
last
Right,
one.
it's preliminary final time.
Yeah, I want lots of jokes sent in for next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Not the stupid ones.
PG rated.
Yeah, not the stupid ones you've sent before, people. Different ones. Come on.
yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
I heard a good one about their favourite letter of the alphabet, Cow.
Yeah, that was a good one that week.
Get on with the...
Tom wants to know, who is the biggest trade priority out of Big Boy McAvoy, Nick Haynes, Lockie Hunter or Nick Hind? McAvoy, Haynes, who would go first for you?
Haynes.
God, what about Haynes actually scoring the other week?
It was gross.
So,
Hunter, where does he sit in this?
Diddly D.
I think those two guys go before him, wouldn't he?
you got to...
Back Hunter with the
Okay.
possibility that he scores well
Yeah,
here.
and I was asked this week, because in my...
Sit in a forward pocket.
buy, hold and sell, I must have said hold Hunter.
Yep.
And someone asked me why, and I thought, that's a bloody good question.
I haven't actually thought about this.
I thought about it because I either left him there accidentally or
you
I thought
foresee
about
lots
it.
of injuries this week, like
Yeah.
Lloyd out.
And then, so I sat there and I thought, he's playing at Pig Park
Yep.
where plus sixes are your friend if you're going to pump out a
he
big
does
score.
push up the wing, even if he's
Yeah.
playing forward.
And he plays the easiest team for midfielders to
Agree.
score against. So
Yes, he does.
Hunter is a hold.
Okay.
McAvoy,
McAvoy or Haynes?
McAvoy doesn't have much money there. He's only $5.50. I guess Haynes would be about the same, but McElroy's coming off like a 55. He's averaged 67 his last three. This is what
was
he
it
does.
2 weeks ago Haynes went well?
He sits forward.
What did he do last week? Because I remember he started all right.
Yeah, he got a 70 odd. I'd be backing in Haynes against Richmond.
Yeah.
More than I would have McElroy sitting forward.
He should take
against the
7
Dogs.
or 8 marks.
And
Haynes.
where does Hines sit on your list of that then?
Yeah.
Probably goes as well.
He's not at Marvel anymore. I'll give you a tip.
GMHBA.
Oh, no. Is
He had 70 odd last week. He's a little bit cheaper than McElroy actually, so I'd be moving on the Big Mac, providing you've got the coin to get to a Marshall, or if you've got him in defence.
Right.
Brenton.
So keep Hind over McAvoy.
I think so. Just the fact that he's got the 80 and old Hind, he's only against Gold Coast, so he could be
Should
anything.
be fine.
Whereas McElroy, I'm going to say he's going to be an under 70.
Okay.
Which combo would you like? Took and Haynes?
Oh,
Titch and Heaney? Who would you like out of those two?
Oh.
Took and Haynes, because it's obviously holding a guy here and not moving them on.
He only had a 48 last week.
The other one then.
You can't have that in a proven
Took and
final.
Haynes, then.
Took and Haynes all day.
What about Whitfield and Heaney?
No,
it doesn't
Just
change.
no Haynes.
nothing with Heaney.
Just go Took. He'll make up any points
Took-
that Haynes he doesn't get.
Took and Haynes, that's over 200 points sitting right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Sean wants to know Lions and Nash. So Connor Nash, named on a half forward this week, but he's been scoring very well.
He has.
So
Probably worth the punt.
Lions and Haynes. So that Lions and Nash, and he'd be on ground versus Whitfield and Sarong. I think it's Whitfield and Sarong for me.
Well, I like Sarong's role was good last week. There is no guarantee it's going to be good again this week, but surely it is with Brayshaw out.
Yep.
Now, I'll tell you what, when you least expect it, that guy can still ride the pine.
Oh, yeah.
He can start quarters on the bench and sit there for 8 minutes. It is unbelievable. I've actually seen him finish a half on the bench and start the next half on the bench.
What?
Extended periods. Like, it is unbelievable.
Should not be allowed in
So
football.
he looked great last week.
Yep.
Ability-wise, I'm a massive fan. Is he guaranteed not to have real low time on ground? It's not. It's not even a guarantee. But you would back it in if you're an underdog or something.
Okay. Can Connor Nash outscore him? At 344K.
Outscore Sarong.
Yes. Last week he had 92. The week before that he had 95 out here in Pig Park. Back-to-back 90s.
It's like he's safer.
Yeah, he's back home.
But
would you like Lions and Whitfield? Like they're about the same anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you just back in
The name.
Sarong.
Sarong.
You would.
Give it a go.
Whitfield.
He's
And he's
coming
got
off a great game.
Great matchup.
He has to play proper game time.
Yep.
Yep. Sarong.
All right, Tim wants to know, assuming no injuries, well, let's see how that looks, but Harms, Houston or Sharp to go? Harmsy you probably hold. He was all right. wasn't he?
Harmsy's okay, yeah.
Harmsy was all right.
Houston obviously had a ton.
You've
or
got to
Sharp.
keep him after the ton.
And so it's Sharp out, is it?
It's an easy matchup too for Houston. Sharpie
can go.
Sharpie can go.
He's done his job
Don't get me
very-
wrong.
At the end of the day, you can call him a rookie, basically.
Sharpie's got 2 games left, and one of them will be a 50. One of them's a 50, so, yeah, he goes.
Tim must have read buy, hold and sell here, feeling like coming out was premature last week, Roy. Some of your best work.
I can't believe you got that through. Well done.
All right, Josh. wants to know,
Journalism 101.
Trading out Rob and Haynes, do I get in a big dog like Mitchell or Lyons with Honey, or do I go for a Whitfield and Wingard instead? I guess if Honey's on your ground, like is it Mitchell and Honey, or is it Whitfield and Wingard?
It's Whitfield and Wingard
It
because
is.
of the
Honey
what that can
could be
bring
bad.
combined.
Yeah.
Wingard, he's on a list where you never back him in at the start of the year or after 2 games where he goes 100 or whatever. But at the end, it can only be a 2-week
That's it.
nightmare at
That's
worst.
it.
And it's only 2 weeks ago he hit like a 150.
And he's 627, so if he is out next week, he's worth something.
His form is outstanding
Isn't
at
it?
the minute. He
Yeah.
looks really good.
Yep.
Matt Davis, someone like Hunter, does he have to go before Bramble or Sharp?
Yes.
So this is an interesting
God,
question.
I
because-
couldn't do it.
No. But
Hunter
who
has
can
to
he-
come good out here.
Who can, because he'd have more coin on him.
He does.
But who can you get to from your Bramble or Sharp? Are you better off riding them? Do the maths in your head, basically, is can Bramble Sharp score whatever the difference would be from who you got them to what?
Because Hunter,
tough one.
if you downgrade on the other side of it, you can still get Hunter up to one of those real big dogs. Can't you?
Of course you can.
But I feel like Hunter cannot go under 90 out here
Wow.
on the weekends.
He can.
cool.
I'm tipping he can,
How
Roy.
can he?
Because he's a
'Cause
spud.
you
Pig
should have-
Park
have you
versus
watched him?
Hawks.
You're not an
have.
owner.
No, I'm
It's
not.
not good. I'll be cheering hard for him here, though.
That helps.
Yelling
Yeah,
hard.
it does.
He's got a magic touch out here.
Doesn't he ever?
I do. Although last time against Brisbane here,
Yeah.
had Zorko. I was yelling at him. He was struggling.
Oh, he waited
as soon
till
as
you
I,
left.
I left the ground, and he scored 60 in the last quarter.
That's a good point.
All right. Now, who have we got here? Damien, has Warney been kissed on it
Yes.
this season, or will the Canamas get him? I have not. I'm
Yes, you
ranked
have.
3,000th.
You've been
And
kissed.
you've been kissed all the way.
You should be 33,000.
Probably that's fair.
Look, we're talking about He was still complaining just then about Zorko. It should be Callum Mills, who's not even back in.
Imagine that. Wow.
Oh, gosh, you've been so kissed off.
Good things happen to good people. That's what I'll tell myself. All right.
Yeah.
Now, Matt wants to know who to trade out first, Salem or Stringer? Then should my trade up target be Tom Mitchell or Lyons? Already have both Took and Steele.
Both of those
Is it
players.
Titch over Lyons? It is, isn't it?
I think so.
It is Titch over line.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Salem or Stringer?
Both could bounce back very easily.
They both
this week.
could. So Salem has Adelaide.
Should be
and
fine.
String Trick has Gold Coast.
Should be fine.
Both should be fine.
But the Bombers, if they've got McGrath back, like
Pushes
some of that midfield
Stringer
clock,
forward again.
I'd be Stringer just because of how low he can go, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Stringer goes.
Yep. Tom, Crouch to Miller, Bramble to Josh Kelly, or Sharp to Fiorini? So, Crouch to Miller would be nice to do.
Yep.
Bramble to Josh Kelly, would you choose that one over Crouch to Miller? I don't think I would.
I think I'd go.
I think Crouch to Miller gets you a big dog.
Oh, and something.
And Crouch has been bad.
He could be your captain or your vice captain.
could.
Crouch is one of the biggest sooks in the game.
Yeah.
If things aren't going his way, he packs up shop like the best of them.
So I'd be going Crouch to Miller over Bramble to Josh Kelly. What about Sharp to Fiorini?
Oh, that's great.
I love that one.
I love that one too. But
Look, Crouch should be good.
Crouch last week had a 70, right?
Yeah.
And Took Miller comes out and pumps a 140. There's a 70-point gap.
Doubles him.
Is there a 70-point gap from Sharp to old mate Verini of the F variety? There nearly could be.
It could.
There nearly could be
There could.
a 70, but I think the gap is probably bigger between Crouch and old Took, especially if you're going to use that
Because
as
Crouch,
a VC
Bramble, and
option.
Sharp probably all score about the same.
Yes.
80.
Yeah.
Crouch, you should have more faith in, but
He hasn't
Miller
been-
is then a lot better than Kelly and Fiorini.
Exactly. And Crouch has gone 7 in his last
Yeah.
3.
I'd be going the Crouch.
Crouch
and,
out.
and enjoy it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
enjoy it.
He's looking so good as well at the moment, Miller.
He is.
All right, Callum,
on the
String
eye.
Trick or Harms to score more for the rest of the year?
Harms.
Yeah, Humsey, what do you have a 91? And look better than that too.
Yeah.
In a sloppy game
Yeah.
where nobody scored.
Stringer's only turning on for 10, 15 minutes a game at the moment.
Yeah. String Trick will have a 60 in him once again before the season
100%.
ends.
First part of this question is probably a popular one for people here. For Jasper, who goes out of Bramble and Sharp? Who is going first? If you're trading one of those rookies, who goes first?
Sharpie goes for
Great
me.
question.
Sharpie goes. And there's a decision I made the other day. I got rid of him.
Yeah.
Just because of the few dollars extra he's got on him?
Do you know what? I watched Sharp play.
Yeah.
And that
You said he was going to get a triple figure score.
I'm saying he scored. He put himself in a position to score another 120. Their kicking to him was appalling. If anyone else watched it, I'd be interested to know if they saw the same things. I'm talking, you know how he just flees out in space,
Yeah.
open, landing out on the full, instead of kicking it over, bit of piggy in the middle, nailing the guy that was standing 15 metres in front of him.
Oh, right.
The kicking to him was appalling. It should have been a 110 plus.
Okay.
So he has still got that in him.
Right.
Forget about that 30 the other day.
Okay.
Are you still feeling that way?
well,
Bramble, they go to him whenever they can off half back.
He's got a tougher matchup too, but you can save 50K on the difference between Sharp and Bramble. My gut feel is Bramble is a safer 80 than what Sharp is.
Yeah.
Just for that one game, though. It was only that one game.
I know. And who's got
Otherwise,
the
you would have been going, he's had, 88 and a couple of big tons.
Yeah.
No, okay. I'm happy to follow the matchup on that, scale of hardness, and stick with Sharp over Bramble.
Yeah.
Bramble is playing one of the hardest teams to score against.
Yes. And he will be busy, and there's marks to be had in the pockets for him from the kick
But who has the easier marks going around in this game? Sharpie.
I think the Dogs were giving up heaps to backs a few weeks ago.
That's true. Let me just check my
Like, I
scale.
mean, heaps.
Well, they are...
They didn't do the Bombers on the weekend.
They're ranking number...
That's because the Bombers were so good.
Yeah, so Bulldogs are number 3 overall for giving up to defenders, and in the last 5 weeks, they look like they rank easily in the top 10.
This is what I'm flagging.
Okay.
But still, I think you hold Sharp over Bramble. But it's very close.
It's interesting, just out of interest here, so giving up points to defenders, they are the 3rd most this year. As far as midfielders go, they are the number 1 hardest.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And then he did actually have Ridley there as well. Would you get rid of Ridley before
Yes.
Bramble or Sharp?
Yes.
Yep. There's not that much more money on him, I don't think. But
No, it's not a great deal.
He's very disappointing.
71 last week, 66 in his last 3.
just
The Riddler is having the last laugh.
Good one. James. Jake Lloyd to Whitfield and Hearn to Heppel. Does that sound all right? Hearn's obviously out.
to Heppel?
Lloyd out.
Yeah, good. Take a punt on it.
Yep.
Yep.
I love Hep. Yeah, he's doing really well.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Johnny Sharp, former 10K club member.
Yes.
Rewarded with my PB round rank of 154 last week. Well done, Johnny.
Yes, that can be the round.
that's your round.
Everyone has still got a round left in
That's
them.
it.
Good on
Trade
you.
options here. Parish to Steele.
Okay.
I like
want to
it.
get
Can
rid
we
of Parish.
Just want to quickly
I like
talk
it.
about Parish. He's got to go.
Yes, I'm with you.
You don't want him on the end of your trip.
No.
Why not?
Overrated
Get him, yeah.
medal gathering spud.
Here, have a medal. Here, have a medal.
I've had enough. He might go for me.
Yeah, good on you. Do
Great.
it. Send a message.
Great matchup, though.
Oh, does he?
He's got to.
So I think you hold
Put a C on
him
him.
because going from Hardwick to Daniel Rich is a better option.
Oh,
Yes.
Scale 100 says
Scale
yes.
Yes.
So there you are, Johnny. Go Hardwick to Daniel Rich.
Scale
Hold
of-
on to Parish for a good matchup.
Scale of ability.
Hardwick's,
says yes,
Hardwick's coming off 112, so it's going
Is
to
he?
be it's going to be hard to let
Oh.
go.
Ouch.
Still do it.
Against the Doggies, giving up 3rd most points to defenders.
Oh.
At Pig Park.
Oh,
Hardwick's a trade target.
Parish to Steele. It is then.
Parish to steal.
Parish to steal.
So much enjoyable.
Oh, you'll enjoy that. Way more.
Our mate Reegs here, genius move by myself in AFL Fantasy last round. Had the buy, went the double downgrade option. 371k to get, took in for Sharp this week. Neck minute, Mills out, Lloyd out. Question mark on Dangerfield as well.
This is what I said. This is what I was worried about. And of all people I wanted it to happen to, and there's heaps,
Yeah.
he's not one of the ones that I wanted it to happen to. So let me
He's-
just say that, because that sucks.
He's got a DPP like he's never peed before.
Kyle Will Powell against the Dons coming off a 130.
He sure is.
yeah.
But why did he had 40 or something 2 weeks ago, I
No,
think?
you can't touch it.
God, but the ceiling's there.
It is.
Someone
Good
wants to
matchup.
know, Josh,
Great.
this is, can I bring in Connor Nash for Jack Silvani? So Silvani's out.
Yes.
If that's what you're calling it.
90 Pig Park.
Yep.
3rd most points to defenders.
Like it.
He's a good pick this
He's a
week
great
if you
pick.
need a Hail Mary.
Yep.
All right. I have no DPP in my midfield, and Mills is in my defence.
Yeah, I hear
What
ya.
to do? You've Whitfield if you
Just
don't have
best
him.
available option. Whitfield, yeah.
Aaron Hall.
Whitfield, Hall, Laird, you've probably got them all.
Just got
but-
it. Just find the best. Daniel Rich probably isn't owned, so got to just hang your hat on something, Calvin said.
Yeah.
Yep.
With that.
Yeah. Crisp.
Who scores more in the last 2 games? Josh Kelly or Rowan Marshall?
Wow.
I'll tell you who plays.
I think it's
next
Rowan.
Yeah, well,
games.
that's the other factor. in
Rowan
this.
plays the next 2.
He's just in great form.
Rowan's got
too.
a sore hand, but he's going to play through it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Too many
God.
ruck contests.
Yeah.
Rowan outscores him.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah, wow.
I think so. Based on form, he's coming off career high numbers.
Yep.
All right, which forward should I bring in? Dangerfield, side bottom, or wingard? Oh,
Dangerfield? No. Side bottom?
Yes.
Yes. Wingard as a Hail Mary. Side is the straightest bat play there.
yeah.
He is.
Wingard's a little bit more adventurous, if you want to call it that.
He is.
But I'm a sidey. I'm a straight batter on that.
Oh, exciting.
Danny wants to know Lloyd to Rich and Mills to Lions.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good.
Great trading.
Could you choose, rather than Lions, Fiorini, would you pick him over Lions?
No, not with Lions' matchup against Collingwood.
And then Wines and Guthrie, you wouldn't touch those guys
You wouldn't touch
ahead
them.
of Lions, so that's the right call.
Lions is coming off a massive score and 142 against Collingwood in round 3. Who did Tom Mitchell play last week? Collingwood, 157.
Good.
It's going to be big.
God, Lockie Neal might even score.
He might. He just might.
Finn wants to know Zorko or Kelly.
Oh, Zorko's not
isn't
missing games, and he's killing it.
Zorko's back-to-back 130s, and who does he play? Collingwood.
It has to be Zorko.
I know. I feel sick saying it, but it's Zorko.
God, imagine if you had Mills instead of Zorko.
I know. Crying. And then I was walking home.
Archie Walters. Rank these blokes. Marshall, Crisp and Rich. Oh, well, a scale of artists would have Rich at the top.
Crisp is the better player out of all of
I
them.
go Marshall, Crisp, Rich.
Do you have Marshall ahead of Crisp?
Easy.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I would have...
That's Roy just backing this in because you need it.
No. I'm saying to bring him in.
Oh,
over
yeah,
those
yeah.
other two.
I would
Yeah.
say Crisp.
Do you think I'm worried about my team here, dog? I'm worried about other people's team.
Yep.
Crisp,
Who do you have Crisp ahead of Marshall, recommending to trade in?
Crisp has gone 123 in
Yeah,
his
no,
last
I know.
3. Like,
Yeah.
he's been good.
Yeah,
He's very good.
Yeah.
I would go him over
I
Marshall.
just am offended that Dog's question
Oh, no.
why I would say that.
I know.
Yeah.
Because everything Dog says has this, like,
No, I'm just...
it's motive behind it.
I
You
just
have a look
have
at
learned.
Marshall's numbers.
Yeah, no, they're very good, very good. No, I just know that sometimes you just want it to happen more because it's the right thing for your team.
That is true. Now, on this occasion,
You got this.
I am just
you
saying...
can put all your positive energy. Nah, he's going to be better.
Yeah.
Just because you have to do that, and therefore it needs to work for
I
him.
got to hold Shy Bolton this week now because of those injuries. But you
shit.
don't hear me saying he's going to be good, do you?
Well,
So
In your
You'll be
defence
hoping that
here,
he is.
Marshall's only against Geelong. Geelong really don't have a ruckman that they're using.
don't try to convince me,
No,
mate.
I'm just backing you in a little bit here, but I would still be picking Crisp
Okay.
over Marshall.
Righto. Hard matchup for him.
Excellent.
Nah, not for him.
Oh.
There you go. What a great question. All right, let's. Michael Fish wants to know Phillips to Lions. Oh, geez, it'd be nice to be getting rid of Phillips if you still had him now.
What
Phillips
a
to Lions.
headache that's been for that person.
No, but he's
And-
come good. He's given him a couple of hundreds.
So
at least.
Phillips to Lions, or is it Bramble to Freeney? I'd prefer to hold Bramble over Phillips. Is there enough difference between Lions and Freeney?
Phillips is coming off 104.
He is.
Is he?
He trimmed his hair, shaved his beard up a little bit. He'll score again out here.
Yeah, I think he's back.
Wow.
I don't like backing him in like with full confidence, but
Yeah.
I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah. And Dog, just let you know, my coffee's empty, so
Yeah, same.
just check the time of that.
Crisp or Whitfield?
Crisp or
Whitfield.
Whitfield.
Oh, God. Crisp lover. What happened to him?
no.
You're off him already.
Is Isaac Smith an option? Was he managed last week? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I think he was.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
He's been good.
He has.
What's he going at 99 in his last 3?
God, he deserved to be picked at the start of the year, that guy.
Too right he did. Yeah.
Yes, you could do it.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, he's off a rest.
Yep.
Could you go Lloyd to Rich or try to get Crisp? So just go to Rich or try to get Crisp?
Well, by trying to get him, it sounds like he's sacrificing something on the
else,
other end.
yeah.
So Rich and something better on the other side.
Okay, now for the record.
The scale of hardness.
No,
is that
for
what
the
you're
record.
talking
And you've got to remember the scale's a guide.
It's a
It's
guide.
not be on at the moment without looking into it.
Yeah.
If I'm choosing between my Lloyd move and I'm choosing between Rich and Whitfield, I'm still going Whitfield. Right? He's a better scoring player and he
Yeah.
still has a good matchup.
Yes,
He could have a day out.
he could.
I do like Rich though as well.
I think Whitfield gets 120.
Whitfield's cheaper than Rich as well.
Oh, God, it's an easy one.
It is an
Yeah.
easy one.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
But however, # trust the scale.
Well, I think that will be enough for us.
Oh,
Enough.
yeah, I'm still hurting.
What from?
Being questioned by
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I've got a couple more
This
questions.
is what I
Live.
understand.
Live on air.
He's had a long year.
It has been a long year.
He knows there's only 1 week left.
But I'm trying,
Yeah.
Dog. I'm here
I know.
trying my best.
I know. No, Marshall's better.
He's trying to make me feel good now. Oh, it's getting awkward, Dog. Just turn it off.
I'll make the coffees.
How's Shea Bolton going to go?
Oh, I can loop him this week.
Oh, cool.
Because he's on that first night, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
That's a win.
Yeah, Roy. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch up with you on Monday after the prelim finals. Hopefully, Cow and I were through.
We'll be through.
The baking
mate,
cup.
I'll be through.
Yeah, well.
You worry about your rubble because I will get through.
Rubble.
Well, Marshall's going to be good this week, so they're going to be fine.
Paw Patrol. The old Marshall Ryder combo, you were in there.